All right, dear leaders, thank you very much for joining me on this series again. So we are going to continue from where we ended last week. So we are talking on time management as a tool for effective productivity. So last week we take a look at the first tool, which is organization. So we came to understand that if in case your environment is not well organized, you are not going to manage or to cope with your time. So today we are going to dive into the next technique, which is goal setting. So when your environment is well set now, it is time now for you now to plan. So when you are planning in a well-organized environment, there is high chances for you to reason well and also to catch up, to be able to allocate yourself with the available time that you have in order to carry out your project or in order to carry out your life activities. So when we talk about goal setting here, we are setting goals on daily basis. And the question now is that, are you able to meet up, or are you able to do whatsoever thing that you have been planned to do with the allocated time? You might not do everything with respect to the set time. There is nothing bad about it. But you have to measure the percentage at which you have carried out the activity with respect to the time that you allocated to it. Is it making sense? So when you make all the analysis, it is necessary now for you now to know that what it's because of this that you were unable to perform the task at the required time. So when you are setting goals, you have to make sure that, so one thing with goal setting is that you have to make sure that your goals are achievable and they should also be time bound. That's why they always mention the SMART principle. So when you're setting goal, let it be achievable. Don't just set an imaginary goals. For example, let's say you're still at the level of the ordinary level, and then you are talking about how you're having a master degree next year. That is an impossibility. Or you're talking about you making, let's say, a million francs CFA next month. Meanwhile, you have never made make even a 100,000 francs. That is an impossibility. That is something that cannot happen except that you do otherwise. So you have to make sure that what your goals are achievable. So they should be time bound. Many you need to set the allocated time. For example, if you're one that you have been making money or you have been doing some other stuff, if you say that, okay, for example, you want to make a million franc, yes, that is a goal. It is okay with that. But when do you want that goal to, when do you want to realize that goal? Set a date limit for any goal that you have set. It is become possible. That means it is having a time bound. But when the goal is not having the attainable time, that means that is just something that it is just in error. That's why I always make this quote like, if you don't use your calendar, tomorrow will never come. So it is very, very possible. So when you set a goal, you have to set a daily limit for each goal. So dear leaders, that's what we have for you today. We will be waiting for you next week as we will continue with our videos. So thank you very much. God bless you. Have a blessed week. See you next time. Ciao.